The Supernote A5 is made by a company called Rata. It's based out of China, but they've employed a lot of their internals, the stylus, and a lot of other aspects of this device from Japan. And today's video, we're just going to show you what this thing has to offer, really that no other device has done before. And this thing has so many interesting features that outside of the original and normal review video, we're going to look at these features. So we're going to look at some of the device styling and the functionality of it, certain things they've done that no one else has done, the cases, and of course the styli or styluses. One of the most interesting things about this device is that it is very gesture support. And no, I'm not talking about changing pages, which of course you can do. I'm talking about this. If you swipe down, you actually open up the side menu. You can swipe that away to get rid of it. If at any point you see a little too much staining on your screen or some ghosting at the bottom, you swipe the line up and it goes away. This holds true for the left side as well. Whether you're on a book, PDF, a magazine, a manga, a newspaper, anything, if you swipe the left side in, you actually get all of the note-taking capabilities that you would get on the note-taking app or the included note-taking software that you would get on anything. So this is an EPUB book, and we can actually write on it and draw on it as is, and it actually is an EPUB file. There isn't any long press on this device, and it does have a capacitive layer. You can do page turns, of course, and function everything else with your fingertips. When it comes to note-taking and annotations and highlights, it doesn't do it. But actually, if you make square parentheses around a certain body of text, there it is. You can summary, you can comment, and it actually creates a nice hard line. So despite how you draw it, essentially, it'll do it for you. If you want to make a marked reference that you can refer to later, they've thought of that too. So for example, if I wanted to draw a star, and I'm not very good at drawing a star, it's just a regular star, it actually conforms it into a perfect star. You might not have caught that. There's my star, and now it's a perfect star. Now, that's all they have right now as of May 2019, but they're going to be doing things like hearts and exclamation marks and question marks in the future. But for now, it's little things like this that set them apart, and that's really cool. Looking at the device itself, you see that it's flush screen and bezel, there's no home button or anything like that, but you'll notice that they didn't make it curved like basically every other device. They made it blocky, very blocky. There's a reason for this, is because when it's in the case, it actually looks like a note ledger, and that was on purpose. They thought of that. Flipping it over to the back, you'll see you have a little L notch, and what that is a patented slider accessory rail. The little tension clip in the middle, so you can slide your cases into it, and you don't have to use those sticky pads or worry about flexing the device too much when you try to put it into one of those silicone cases or even a hard shell case. This is a patented invention of theirs, and they're going to make different things like stands, secondary displays, and of course different styles of cases to fit this same accessory rail on all of their devices. Some people have built-in strap loops for your stylus on the side. The DPT RP1 and CP1 actually employed a magnetic snap on the side, whereas they don't have one because they stuck it onto their case. And here's that accessory rail shape we were talking about earlier. You'll see that the L shape here is the exact same shape as the one on the device. So all you simply have to do is line it up, and it goes on extremely easily, and it's very tight. And that's a good thing because it doesn't ever feel like it's too loose, and it doesn't feel cheap and sloppy. And when you get to the center, you hear a click. Once you're clicked in, that's not going anywhere. And they have different ones that will have a bend and ones that have different designs on it. And this one in particular is a nice soft kind of felt, and it looks really nice. It fits perfectly. You get that loop at the top, and you can be sure that your device is not going to fly out, and you don't have to use those single-use double-sided sticky tape pads that some devices give you. And all the device cases act as a sleep and wake up, or a sleep cover, so they sleep and wake up the devices. This is the stylus we all know and love. Well, maybe just know. This one is the standard stylus that works on many Wacom devices like the Jezitech, the Whiskey EE Right, the Boyu line of devices, the Onyx line of devices. It's a very simple stylus. It's worth about anywhere from $9 to $12. It has a little eraser at the back. It doesn't require charging or anything like that. Looks fairly basic. We'll give it to them that it's cheap, it's easy to replace, and it works really well. The Sony line of devices is a little more complex. It's very heavy, has a lithium-ion battery built in. It needs to be charged via USB at the back or else you can't use the device. And it has two buttons on it, very high quality. One is an eraser button and one is a highlight button. The nibs also wear out very quickly, but that's because they're made out of a faux graphite material, so you get that really real feeling when you draw. The downside about this is that it's all very expensive. I mean, you have to charge it, you have to buy it again if you lose it, and that can mean upwards of $120 in some markets. You also have to replace the tips more frequently than other devices, and it has this little thing on it that you can't get rid of because that acts as the magnetic snap. So instead of a lapel clip like that, they have a little magnetic snap for the devices. So by far the most expensive and the most troublesome because, well, there's just so much to it. This, on the other hand, comes in many different sizes and many different styles and colors. It looks like a pen, and you're like, that's a stylus? And you open it up, and you're like, wait, it's actually a stylus? Because now it looks like a gel pen. That's what I thought when we met them in Japan. But it is an actual stylus, and it has the spring-loaded tension, and actually we can do a little mini teardown right now to show you guys that this has absolutely no batteries on it at all. Because when you take it out, it looks like an ink pen replacement that you'd get at your office supply store. You get the faux ink chamber and the little backing for when you do the little clicky action. These ones don't have the clicky action, but you know what I mean. And it's very high quality. If you read on here, it's really hard to see. It says Wacom Japan because that is the technology they're using. The device, well, it is kind of a device. The stylus is very heavy, it's very nicely weighted, and it is meant to look and feel like an actual pen. The Rata Supernote is doing things that other devices aren't. It's offering a very unique experience that is just to its own. It's not copying anybody, it doesn't look like anything else, it doesn't perform like anything else, and most importantly, it's high quality and it works, and it does well. It's running Linux, so it's a single purpose device. This is kind of a little mini review, but it is more to check out the accessories that comes along with this device. If you want to see anything on the inside of this, the reading, the note-taking experience, everything else, the OS, check out our full review video, but for now this is just an accessory follow-up video of the Rata Supernote A5.